Now we start off with matters security, where Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has confirmed that over 20 fishermen are still missing following the Saturday attack at Tondoyang village in Turkana County. The Cabinet Secretary, who toured the area, assured the communities that a team led by the Regional Commissioner has been tasked in leading negotiations with the Ethiopian government to ensure the safe return of the missing fishermen.
Following the terror meted on residents of Todonyang village along the Kenya-Ethiopia border on Saturday, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen toured the area to assess the security situation. The CS assuring the communities here that the government will ensure that they enjoy lasting peace in the coming days and that more National Police Reservist officers will be deployed.
Nimeambiwa kwamba shida kubwa zaidi hapa ni kwamba tumeandika watu wa NBR na hawana ile uwezo ya kusaidia wananchi. Namna hiyo. Nimetoa amri leo. Mumenisikia? Nimetoa amri leo. Ile kidogo mlikuwa mnapatiwa. Iongezwe mara 4.
We had in other borders, we have special forces like KDF. Here in Tonoja, we don't have KDF. When you are talking about Somalia and Kenya, there we have KDF. You are talking about the police. What is the law of police? To maintain law and order. So they are maintaining law and order here. But we need those people who have been supposed to act accordingly to the law.
With the communities yet to come to terms with the attacks said to have been carried out by alleged militia from neighboring Ethiopia, the CS tasked the Regional Commissioner to ensure the over 20 missing fishermen are found.
Wao ambao wajapatikana, nimepatia orders Regional Commissioner wetu hapa. Mmeona Regional Commissioner ako hapa. Tumekuja na yeye anatengeneza team kutoka kesho wakiongozwa na County Commissioner, wataenda kuingia pale kuongea na ile serikali ya upande ule mpaka tukubaliane watu wetu ambao wamepotea wapatikane.
Msichukue sheria mkononi mwenu. Tutafanya bidii ili tuweze kuleta polisi ya kutosha kama ni NPR ama polisi ya kawaida ili tuweze kuhamasisha nyinyi na kuweza kulinda usalama wenu na property zenu.
Murkomen also announced that a border post will be established in Turkana to monitor the movement of people in and out of Kenya.
Nitahakikisha kwamba tumeanza mipango ya kufungua hapa a border post ambayo tutajua nani amekuja Kenya, nani ametoka Kenya.
We'll be keeping tabs on that particular development. Now to the political scene, former Prime Minister Raila Odinga is expected to announce his political future in the coming weeks. Raila says he will consult widely in the coming days as a means of charting his political future and continued cooperation with President William Ruto. He spoke when he was hosted to a state luncheon by the president, marking the closure of Kenya's campaign for the African Union Commission chairperson position that Raila lost less than 2 weeks ago.
At the State House, Mombasa, President William Ruto was playing host to ODM leader Raila Odinga, who is back in the country after a bruising African Union Commission chairperson contest in which he emerged second. President William Ruto hailed Odinga's candidature as one that would have presented the continent with unmatched capabilities had Odinga been successful.
His candidature brought all Kenyans together. I think his candidature attracted support from the different political sides, people in the opposition, people in government, everybody. We were united behind the candidature of Raila Odinga for the Africa Union Commission chair.
Both the president and Odinga expressed gratitude to the over 20 nations in the continent who backed Kenya's bid.
And also thank them that when it became necessary that we make the decision not to have a stalemate and not to end up with a situation where there would be no chair, they also made the patriotic decision to support whoever eventually won.
I want to thank again my brother, younger brother, President William Ruto, who stood by me. He never asked me to run. I announced myself that I was going to run for this position of chair of African Union Commission. And he only came after I made the announcement to say that he was supporting my candidature.
Odinga at the same time dismissed as an overstretch speculations around the amount of money expended by government in pushing for his bid.
I've seen billions being said, quoted. Somebody's talking about 13 billion shillings spent on the Raila campaign. I don't know which world those guys live on, whether they know what a billion means. A billion shillings to do what?
The former premier has promised to consult widely and announce his political future ahead of the 2027 general elections.
We are available to help the continent of Africa, but more importantly, we are also available for Kenya. I'm back home here. I'm going to meet with my friends, my supporters, and I'm going to consult widely.
Some of Raila's senior allies are members of President Ruto's cabinet.
We close ranks as a country and focus on what we can do for Kenya. The things that require our collective effort as an administration that is now broad-based.
Tunashukuru Mungu ya kwamba hata baada ya shughuli hiyo umeendelea kushirikiana, kuongea, kushauriana ili tuweze kusaidiana kama taifa.
Well, we'll be waiting to see which direction former Premier Raila Odinga is going to take in regard to his political future. And at the same time, we are also waiting for the Wamunyoro declaration from ousted Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua there. However, as we predicted, whether it was a win or a loss for Raila at the AUC, it will definitely affect how we view politics locally as well as regionally. Now, human rights, that is, groups in the country have mounted pressure on the Ugandan government to immediately and unconditionally release the country's opposition politician, Dr. Kizza Besigye. The 12 rights groups held a peaceful demonstration in Nairobi before submitting their petition to Parliament and the Uganda High Commission on Monday, demanding an end to what they term as a legal detention of Besigye.
Monday afternoon outside the Ugandan High Commission in Nairobi.
In my heart, I do believe Besigye will rise.
A consortium of human rights groups, lawyers and doctors congregated demanding the release of Ugandan politician Dr. Kizza Besigye. The group presented a petition to the Ugandan High Commission.
That the Ugandan government has obligation under international human rights law, including obligation relating to the rights to liberty of the person and the right to a fair trial and freedom from torture and other ill treatment.
Immediately free Kizza Besigye and Haj Obeid Lutale.
The group also staged peaceful demonstrations in the Central Business District and presented another petition to Parliament.
This particular move of what has happened to Dr. Besigye, violation of his human rights, democratic rights, is of a special concern to us.
It is very, very important that the country, Kenya, respects human rights, international law. You can never be abducted in Kenya and taken to Tanzania forcefully or taken to Uganda forcefully.
Armed with placards, they sang in solidarity with Besigye and condemned what they termed inhuman and undemocratic treatment of Besigye, who has been in detention since his arrest in Nairobi last November.
We're here to demand, even from Nairobi, Kenya, the immediate release unconditional of Dr. Kizza Besigye and others charged under similar offenses or provisions of the laws of Uganda.
So for him being abducted in a safe haven in Kenya and taken back to a military prison in Uganda means that nobody is safe. It is him today, tomorrow it will be you, it can be anybody else. And that's why we cannot keep silence.
And we are further calling on those who are responsible for the abduction and renditioning in Kenya to be brought to book.
And I saw on one of the social media platforms, just a tweet there asking why are Kenyans the ones protesting the detainment of Dr. Kizza Besigye there and not his own fellow countrymen. Well, you can also get onto that particular tweet to give us your take in regard to that. Now, drama ensued at Kenya Power Steamer Plaza in Nairobi after the Nairobi City County employees dumped heaps of garbage outside the premise and clamped vehicles in protest over ballooning electricity bills. The county and the power utility company are embroiled in a $3 billion dispute. Well, the county accuses Kenya Power of subjecting it to constant blackout and refusing to pay the whaley fees. The company insists that all outstanding electricity bills must be paid to avoid the blackout.
Heaping garbage and clamping cars, the Nairobi County government has had it with Kenya Power. The conflict is stemming from unpaid bills.
Unfortunately, the county has not met their end of the bargain. We allowed them to continue using electricity supply, but they have not made good their commitment. Total, the amount that they owe us is about 3 billion shillings.
The move by the city council paralyzed the services at Steamer Plaza as workers endured the full stench for the better part of the day.
After we came into work, the county government trucks came with loads of garbage. They deposited some garbage at the entrance of our banking hall, and they have trucks around Steamer Plaza with garbage.
Kenya Power cut supply to various facilities under the management of the Nairobi County government last week, an issue that was resolved on Friday, 21st February 2025.
Now, they did not communicate back to us for a while, but on Friday they finally got back to us, confirming that they were making arrangements to pay the proportion of the bill that they should have paid, and they asked that we restore the supply.
The KPLC staff also decried what they said is continued harassment and intimidation by the county government.
We noted a disconnection of water supplies, both in our Steamer Plaza place and in Electricity House in CBD. And then there has been blockage of sewage in those two locations as well as another location outside in Roysambu.
However, in a swift rejoinder, the Nairobi County government said the move was an enforcement measure to compel the power utility to pay outstanding whaley fees that have since accumulated to a total of 4.83 billion shillings.
On the 6th of December 2024, again having reviewed additional infrastructure installations by KPLC, we sent a demand letter detailing the extent of the amount of debt that they owed the county. As of today, KPLC owe Nairobi City County government a total of 4,838,400,000 in annual whaley rental fees.
Through its acting county secretary, Godfrey Akumali, the county government further trailed the guns on KPLC, accusing it of leasing its poles to internet service providers to carry fiber optic cables attached to its transmission lines, which has denied the county government its rightful revenue.
In the Daily Nation of 8th June 2023, KPLC, through its MD Joseph Sirol, announced that it would be piloting special utility poles to supply internet. This means Kenya Power has been charging whaley fees on its network, yet it does not pay a penny to the county.
Out here they say when they go low, you go lower. Then when they get to the lower level, you go all the way to sub-zero. After sub-zero, then you can meet in hell. So to term that particular scuffle between Kenya Power and the county government of Nairobi as seriously petty. I think there's a better way that both firms, the county government and the power utility firm, would have solved their issues without resorting to that push and pull. So it's either power versus garbage or the other way around. Well, we were treated to that, and we're going to be keeping tabs on that particular development. Now, the family of the late Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Chair Wafula Chebukati has confirmed that the former IEBC chair passed on after a prolonged battle with brain cancer. The family spokesperson, Eric Nyongesa Wafula, shared the details, putting to rest months of speculation regarding Chebukati's health. The once vibrant public figure that became synonymous with Kenya's electoral process underwent multiple surgeries in his valiant fight against the aggressive disease and succumbed to a cardiac arrest at a Nairobi hospital. Now the family has confirmed the burial will take place on 8th of March at his farm in Kitale, Trans Nzoia County.
Wafula Chebukati's family gathered today to offer a poignant update on the health journey that ultimately led to the death of former electoral body chairman. Spokesman Eric Nyongesa Wafula shared the painful details of the former IEBC chair's battle with brain cancer, revealing that the illness began in April 2023.
He was diagnosed with brain cancer. It's called glioblastoma. Fourth level of cancer in April 2023. Because of the stage in which the cancer was, the doctors recommended that he needed to undergo an immediate surgery. And the family, having explored many other options for that medical attention, he was taken to Germany. And he underwent an operation which was very successful. The tumor was removed, and he was in Germany up to the month of July of 2023. He came back.
But his fight was far from over. In April 2024, the cancer returned, prompting a second surgery.
Because of that, he had to go back to Germany and underwent a second successful operation where the tumor was removed again. He was in Germany until the month of August 2024.
Despite the setbacks, Chebukati continued his duties until tumor resurfaced once more in December. By February 2025, after months of medical consultations, his health rapidly declined, leading to his hospitalization.
When he went back to hospital on 12th of February, the doctors were of the view that he needed to be admitted. He had some problems with his chest. So he was admitted on 12th. He was in hospital. On the 15th of February, he was taken to the ICU.
On February 20th, the family received the devastating news that Chebukati had passed on from cardiac arrest.
At no material time was the immediate family or any other member of the family called upon and informed that he was clinically dead and there was any need for him to be switched off any life support machines.
The family has confirmed the burial will take place on March 8, 2025 at his farm in Kitale, Trans Nzoia County. A post-mortem is still under consideration, but for now they hope this information will bring closure and end the swirling speculation surrounding his health.
Now may his soul rest in peace. Also yesterday we received news that veteran journalist Njoroge Mwaura has passed on. He passed on at the age of 60, having started his industrious career right here on KBC Channel 1. Well, that effectively puts a cap on Matters News this morning. Be sure to peruse our website, that is www.kbc.co.ke, for stories regarding to what is happening in the business world as well as sports and across the globe. I'm Regina Manyara. I live in the capable hands of Vivian, Mike and Victor there to take you through this particular conversation, which you are welcome to partake in. Get us on X at KBC Channel 1. We're talking about gender-based violence and what you as an individual can do to ensure that we stem this growing scourge. I'm Regina Manyara. Have a good day.